Hey, how do I make an angel for Christmas? One with a different dress for each family member? Here we have it. These are so cute to make. I'm doing a full instructional video so you can make your own Christmas angel. And this one has a little adornment, and this one holds the name of my sister. One for each family member. Any color dress. Stay tuned and watch this beautiful instructional video. Get yourself a piece of cloth, any print that you like, and it's about 5 by 7. And then you're going to get some lace, about an inch, a couple of gems to decorate your skirt later that match, your glue gun. You're going to attach the lace at the bottom of the piece of cloth, because what you're doing now is actually making her little dress. You can put rickrack or another adornment on top of the edge of the lace. It's going to look real pretty like that. Also, save some lace for later. You're going to put it around the sleeve of the angel. Get yourself a needle with a nice size eye. It doesn't have to be such a big needle. It's going through a simple light cotton cloth. And make a knot on the edge of the cloth at the top so that you can pull it and it won't come apart later. You're going to make a straight stitch, small straight stitches all across the top of the cloth. This is going to form her skirt or her dress with some ruffling. And it's about 1/4 of an inch across the top. Alright, so now you get a small Christmas ball. If it has glitter on it, I would suggest you use some acetone and remove the glitter and clean the surface so that later you can do the eyes. Now I got myself a plastic carton from Ace, and I cut out the high pointy part, the cone part, and I cut them all out because I plan on doing some more dolls. You need your glue gun and get ready to attach that head to the pointy part of the cone. I'm going to make the base even so that I can work with it and it'll stand up. And then I'm going to cut off the tip so that I can glue the ball inside of that cone. You're going to attach later the dress to the cone. Now this is the part where we attach the dress to the doll at the cone, the tip of the cone, or underneath the Christmas ball. So I'm going to pull the thread that I sewed on the top of the dress, and I'm going to try to fit it there. You got to work it a little bit, yep, to see just exactly how much you have to pull. And it should give you a little snug fit around the neck. Then you're going to make a knot and secure it where it fits. Okay, you've glued the dress around the neck. You've pulled on it so you have an even distribution of the cloth. Now we have to secure it in the back. What you're going to do is, since you're not sewing, you're going to remove any extra threads there the cloth may have. Fold it, and that folded is going to go over the other side. You don't have to do anything to the other side. And you glue it in its place by putting some glue on the edge of the unfolded side, all the way to the top. And now what you'll pull is that folded side over the glue, like that. And you will make sure it's nice and secure. Pull it so it looks really neat. Put one hand under the other so as if it was ironed in its place. That is the back of your doll. Perfect! Next step. I think you need a coffee break. How about that? Get yourself a cup of coffee. Put the video on hold. I'll be right here waiting for you. Okay, you're back. What are we going to do? We're going to make the sleeve over her arms. Now this piece of cloth can be about maybe 3 by 9. About 3 by 9. It could be even less than 3, maybe 2.5. But I'm giving it an extra little bit of cloth so that you can fold it and then cut it and shape it. So I take this strip, matches the dress, put my pipe cleaner in the center, and I leave about 1 inch for each hand on each side. And I'm not going to sew. I'm going to put glue on one edge of the sleeve. I'm doing it on the top edge. And the idea is to roll the cloth fitted over that pipe cleaner. You don't want her to have a baggy sleeve because it won't look nice on her. Folded the arms, found the center, and made sure that I had the same size hands. Cut 2 pieces of lace, maybe about 1 inch long, and wrap them around the wrist of the hands. You have folded your arms, and you're going to determine the front of your doll and the back of your doll where the seam is. Important because you're not working from the back to the front. You're going to attach the arms to the front of the doll. Put the glue right in the center of the arms. Okay, with the glue on the arms, you attach it halfway, make sure both arms are the same size, in the front of the doll. You pull it nice and tight to the cone. I'm showing you the back. Remember the seam of the blouse, of the sleeve, is facing downward. So now you pull one arm over the other at the back and move them toward the front. Look how nice. And you're not going to glue the arm to the dress. You're going to put some glue, let's say at the armpit, at the neck, to help it stay in its place. Now we're going to put a shawl on her dress. We're going to use our same lace, and we're going to put some glue on the back. We're starting at the back. Press it down and then pull it under the arm. Well, you may do it a different side than I do. Depends if you're left or right-handed. Then you're going to go over the shoulder, around the back of the head. You can put some glue to hold it. Hold it. Go around the back of the head and over the shoulder of the other arm. Pull it nice and under the opposite arm toward the back. Cut the piece and glue it in its place. Ah, you just made her a fashionable dress. Let's make the hair now. We're going to take a piece of cardboard, something by 5 by 1.5 inches or 1 inch, and we're going to wrap the yarn around it about 30 to 35 times. We're going to make the bangs. So we're just going to turn that cardboard horizontally, where it's about 1.5 inch or just or 1.25. And we're going to go around about 15 times. Then we're going to pass a string through it on the top of one of the ends. Make a knot real tight. And we'll remove the yarn by cutting the other end of the yarn. Make sure it's nice and tight. Comb out all the little yarn because we're going to trim it both sides. We don't need so much hair on the other side. So we'll trim one side shorter than the other. Okay, let's divide our hair into 3 sections or 3 pieces. 2 of the pieces go in the front, so let's tie them with a pretty bow. Each section you're going to tie with a pretty bow that matches the color of the dress. Then you're also going to tie the back section. Okay? Once you tied these sections and you comb them and you make them look nice, you will glue the side of the head to the yarn so there's no space for the Christmas ball to be showing. Once the hair is all tied up and evenly gathered, you can trim it to make it look just perfect. Now you're going to make a halo. You can take any pretty embellishment that you have. I have a garland made of little stars. I bought it in a dollar store, and I'm just going to glue it section to section around her head, starting in the middle, going from the side to the back on both sides. I'm going to even get more ambitious. Later I'm going to put some gems in those little stars, picking up the different colors of her dress. Now I'm going to attach her hands. You can do this any way you want, but I found that I can hold her hands well by gluing them in between 2 embellishments. You could use flowers or you can use other types of charms. But see what I do? I grab the arm and I put the little hand here on top of one of the embellishments. And now if you want something hanging, this is the moment to attach that there. Then I put the second embellishment on top, and if you had something attached there, it would hold it better. On top of that, these are little snowflakes that I had from another garland. You can put a little sign with the name of a family member, someone you love, someone special that you want to give this angel to. Well, now we're going to make the wings. I made a stencil, I measured it around her, and it's actually straight on one side. The under part is curved. Take a look. I have to make 2 of them, so I'm making this also on top of a foam. This is a self-adhesive foam. It doesn't have to be, but you can get them self-adhesive. And I'm going to attach 2 pieces to each other to make it stiffer and resistant to bending. Another thing, this piece of foam also has glitter. You can make it white or you can make it any color, and I take off the tape only from one side. It's easier to work with that way. I trim it, make any boo-boos go away, and that's just perfect. After I cut my angel wings, I found this nice glittery garland, about a half an inch wide, or about a quarter, I think, of an inch wide. Yes, about a quarter of an inch wide. And I just glue it all around the edge to hide any of the union between the two pieces of foam and make it look a little more classier, a little more fun. Yep, work it, cover all that edge. And it gives it such a nice spark and touch to the angel wings. This step is very easy. We're going to attach the wings to the back of the angel. Glue right down the center, press it up against her back, hold her in place, and we're done. Okay, this is an alternative step. If you want to hang your angel from a tree, before you attach the wings to her, you attach a string long enough to grab the branch, and then you attach that wing to her back with the string attached to it. Hold on to it, make sure it's stuck in its place, and make sure you don't grab her hair. If you don't want to hang her, you can put her on a plastic cup and she can stand on the table. I decided I wanted to put little bells on my angel. I cut out a piece of yarn long enough so that the bells, when they hang, they can be seen under the dress. I threaded the needle, passed it through the bells. Because the little holes are so small, I wasn't going to fuss with the yarn, and made a knot, and then I glued it under the skirt into the comb. I suggest that if you know that from the beginning you want to use bells, perhaps before you put the dress on you attach the bell. It is easier. Boy, that glue is hot to work with. Now I'm going to paint her face. Now we're coming into the part that I like, the decoration. I use a very fine needlepoint pen. Two simple little dots for the eyes. I don't get too fancy. And if you don't know how to make a mouth, it's almost like a tiny little heart. You can use your own makeup to do her cheeks. And I used the back of a pencil, the eraser, and it made a nice smudge. Some people don't like to paint faces on their angels. That's okay. You can put some glitter on her only. But I put a face and, oh, so that added glitter. Next step, I wanted to put the name of my sister on this angel. Made a little circle. I wrote her name on there. Put it right on the star. You can do all kinds of things. If you have little teeny tags, that's fine. Now I'm embellishing the little dress with tiny little gems, and I'm matching them in her crown too. I love the color of this tie-dye print. There's so many beautiful pinks and oranges and greens out of the usual, and it matches the personality of my sister. This is the fun part for me. Right in the center of her shawl, I cut a little star and I put it there. If you have a tiny flower, you can do that too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a lot of angels to make because I have a lot of family. Merry Christmas.